Hi there guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm bringing you an overview of the book A Man and His Watch. Now I thought I'd make an overview for this book because I read through it again recently and I thought it was such a fantastic book in terms of the way that it details the relationship a man has with his watch. Not necessarily in terms of how expensive that watch was or how rare it was, but in terms of the personal journey that that watch has been on with the collector. Whether it was a gift from a loved one, whether it was to celebrate an anniversary, an achievement, a milestone. This book covers it all, and it covers all different people in all different walks of life and their watches which have been their companion through all of that. Before we get into the actual overview, quick wristwatch check. I'm wearing the Phoebus Wavemaster, and I'm wearing that on the stock engineer bracelet, which is incredibly comfortable. If you haven't seen the review for this, that is on my channel, so make sure to check that out after this video. But without any further ado, let's get into the actual review. So this book was put together by Matt Hreinek, who is the founder and editor of W.M. Brown magazine and obviously an author in his own right. Now the interesting thing about this book is the variety of people that it covers. So it covers people from Nas, the legendary rapper and Grammy award-winning artist, to Ralph Lauren, the cultural icon and fashion designer. And now what all these people have in common, despite their different walks in life, is their love for horology and the memories they've got associated with the watch that is covered for them personally in this book. Now this book is a fantastic reminder that the acquisition of watches isn't nearly as important as the memories that we build with them. Now that statement is true for any material item, but it feels particularly poignant for watches, as watches are a companion throughout time and life. And it's also a reminder that our grail watches are not necessarily the pinnacle of our collections. It could be the watch which cost you a couple of £100 when you were getting into the hobby, which has a battered old movement in it, but you've got so many memories associated with it. You've worn it on every single holiday, potentially you wore it at graduation, potentially even the birth of your first child, and these are memories that buying a watch which is more expensive and potentially rarer, you cannot replicate those memories just because of the price or the rarity of a piece. And I think this book is a reminder of that. There's a range of pieces covered in here, from the most affordable Timexes to the most incredible and sought after Rolexes and Patek Philippe's. But the message remains true throughout, is that what you do and achieve with this watch on your wrist far surpasses anything that you could physically buy. It also has quite a sombre tone to it, this book, because quite a few of the different stories cover death and the handing down of an item to another person. And again, what is consistent is that the rarity of the item did not matter. For the son or daughter of that original watch owner, it's about seeing their father or mother wearing that watch on a daily basis, from memories of when their loved one was wearing that watch at the time. So you've got watches that are incredibly affordable and easy to find, but they are valued above anything else because it's associated with a lost loved one who we unfortunately can't see anymore. Now it would be absolutely criminal for me not to mention the quality in production of this book. Now in this book we're covering pieces like Paul Newman's Rolex Daytona, Steve McQueen's Hoya Monaco, and some other incredible iconic pieces. And this book absolutely does it justice with the quality of the printing, the quality of the photos, and the high quality thick glossy paper. Now this book is an absolute joy to read and flick through due to the quality, and it feels like this book does absolute justice to these incredible pieces, both the rarest and the most affordable, showing off every single nick, scratch and dent on these vintage pieces, which really shows its personality and helps us to relate to the individual story of the author with each of these pieces, because we can see the journey that these watches have gone through, and it's absolutely incredible to see, and it's absolutely fantastic. And in terms of the writing as well, it does feel very individual. Every single person who has contributed to this book feels like they've had their time and space to tell their own story in their own words. We've also got access to some watches in this book from the Cartier and Rolex archives, which, if you know anything about these prestigious brands, they will not let people into their archives very often. So to be able to see this in this book is absolutely incredible. Now, I don't want to give away any of the stories in this book because I feel that it would be an injustice to the author and to all the people who've contributed to this book, because these stories are so personal. I feel for me to repeat them over this video would be to discredit that story and to discredit the book as a whole. And I thoroughly recommend this book for anyone who is already into their horological journey, or for someone who's interested in getting into watches. You'll find different things in this depending on what angle you're coming at it from. For someone who's into horology, they'll get a familiar feeling of how they feel with some of their pieces, and they'll respect the way in which these people speak about their beloved timepieces. And for someone who's getting into the hobby, you'll get an insight into what it really means to build a bond with an object that you would otherwise just see as a tool. But it's not, it's a companion, and it's something that will accompany you through time and your life. I think it's really important that we have these things like watches which remind us of times and people and places that we unfortunately can't go back to. And I think that's what makes this book so powerful, is that it's not a book about watches, it's a book about capturing time and capturing memories, and it's such a powerful thing to reflect on. And this is why I think this book is so important for people who both collect watches and for people who don't and just want to reflect on a time which has passed. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed my quick overview of the book A Man and His Watch. If you're interested in purchasing this book, I will leave my affiliate link in the description below. Full disclaimer, I do get a little bit of a kickback if you use that link. However, if you're interested in the book, go and buy it, use my link, don't use my link. I recommend you buy it either way. But if you enjoyed the video and you're new to the channel, if you could subscribe and support the channel, that would be awesome. If you like the video, remember to smash that thumbs up button and leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Have you read this book? And do you have any watches in your collections that have been handed down from a loved one? I'd be really interested to know, and I'd love to engage with you in the comment section below. Okay, thank you guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.